finished the story.
And it's time. It's time for the main event. I'm going to get a new mic soon, boys, so this is going to be so much better. But yeah, how are we doing?
All good, mate. All good. Nothing to complain about this week.
Fuck off.
Well, I have, but work.
Work.
It's not even that. Yeah. Have we watched our wrestling over the last couple of weeks? Last week, John? Because you said over the last few weeks you've not really, bar Royal Rumble, you've not really been locked in.
I know I watched SmackDown. I had SmackDown on.
I was going to say, you defo didn't listen because you would have fell asleep. With Joe and Wade.
It's on while I'm working.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I've had SmackDown. I feel like I did Dynamite. And obviously I watched Raw last night because it was my stream.
NXT?
Probably not.
Cool.
I don't know.
Well, look forward to Vengeance Day. It's good set.
Don't understand two of the matches, but hey ho. It's just a cruising through to Stand and Deliver. Vengeance Day is live this Saturday. Me and Ted will be live for Vengeance Day. I'll also be live for SmackDown the night before as well. So come join us for SmackDown. Please keep me entertained.
He's going to be live for SmackDown. He got the day off for SmackDown because they announced 3 big sweaty men going at it. His favourite. Big bro.
I was torn because NXT have got a cage match this week. So I was like, what do I do? Do I do NXT or do I do SmackDown? And then they announced what they did on SmackDown and I went, SmackDown it is. Big sweaty men.
Jacob and Damien.
Mate, Priest is in there. I'm watching it. Jacob, Braun I could live without.
I like Braun, so I will be tuning in the SmackDown. Probably Saturday morning though.
I was going to say, nah, you're in early morning. You won't be modding. That's normally Dave. Dave hasn't done it over the past few weeks when I've done it, has he?
I come in for a little while and then
these mods, tell you what, at least I try and last till the last half an hour. Tell you, honestly.
Do you know, I was so lucky last night that I didn't have anybody cause any aggro.
Oh no, I need to talk to you after that, done that. Remind me, just say mods after we finish because I need to talk to you about something that was said the other week. I can't do it on here. So, it's been a big week for WWE and in the end AEW. We're going to talk about the releases soon. A few bits to go over first.
Best wishes in future endeavours.
Well, we'll get into that because I have some feelings on it. First thing I want to point out, John, this is news for you, mate, and I'll bring it up first because you go on about it all the time. It's about to do with John Cena and Carlito and Jesus. So
what?
Exactly. So Carlito has done an interview with Chris Van Vliet. It's out this week, so go and watch it when it comes out. The one he just released is Penta and Jericho. Jericho's is boring, but Penta's is really good. He has denied claims that him and Jesus stabbed John Cena.
Bollocks.
So he says, apparently I was at a club and he got stabbed. I don't think it was me that stabbed him. He doesn't think it was him. Or my buddy Jesus. I don't think it was Jesus, or maybe it was. I don't know. All I know is it wasn't me. I think somebody at the club did it. Luckily, he made a movie during that time too, so we're lucky he didn't get stabbed that badly. So there you have it.
Now, in John Cena's final run, I need a short run with him and Carlito.
And Jesus comes back.
Jesus comes back, and then we get the CCTV from the club because it's
imagine long-term storytelling.
And it was never Jesus. Give me something stupid like
it was Snitsky. It was Snitsky.
Or R-Truth.
Oh, R-Truth, yeah. Oh my God, his childhood hero. That's why he's his childhood hero, mate. It's all coming together. This is going to be insane. What storytelling WWE have got us on air from 2004.
That would be gripped. That would have me tuned into whatever show John Cena's doing that storyline on.
They go to it, and it's the Free Live crew in there because it was TNA. It's 2004, so it was TNA. Free Live crew were there with Ron Killings, BG James, and Conan. And it was TNA all along that tried to do it, and then there's your feud with Cena into TNA. I booked it. Trips, get it done. I've done it for you. I've done it for you. I'm glad that's out.
Something else in the ether, because we've mentioned two of the names. Can we have a tag team title run of John Cena and R-Truth, please, before you retire?
Yeah. But
Yes,
don't
please.
take them off War Raiders. Take them off somebody that's actually like Carly, Owen, and Dom. That's more funny than the War Raiders. I don't want the War Raiders being.
Yeah, War Raiders
you know what I mean?
loses to somebody through cheating and cheating.
Yeah.
It's then
the Creed brothers.
John Cena.
For the Creed brothers.
Super fan wins. But do it like Braun did at Mania, where he goes out and picks a fan
and picks someone, and R-Truth sitting there going like that.
With the John Cena
get up.
Yeah, that'd be well good.
Amazing.
He's got to do something with Truth in this run up. Moving on to the Rumble just gone. Obviously we had a tag team title match, 2 out of 3 falls match between the Guns and DIY. According to multiple sources backstage, Triple H was shocked and close to tears at DIY's lack of reaction at the Royal Rumble that he got from the crowd. One source close to Triple H stated that those is his guys, it's his Edge and Christian, and his mind the best tag team in wrestling at the moment. And he was really upset at the fact that they didn't get the reaction that they deserve.
I think puts me back to it. I know you both said last week, you start with one Royal Rumble and you end with another. I feel that goes to card power as well.
I don't think it was with that. A 2 out of 3 falls match and a tag match doesn't work.
2 out of 3 falls. I said it last week. I'm not bothered by that in that sort of situation.
Doesn't work.
If you opened it up, they might have got a different reaction. Then women's, then another singles match. Cody, Kev, then the men's. The fact they've got to follow Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, because that was 2 big points of that Rumble match. And
nobody cares about Charlotte, apparently. So
no one does.
According to the internet wrestling community, but apparently they've got to follow it.
No, that's it.
Weird.
They're all bothered about her coming back and winning it, but they're not happy when somebody else wins the men's one.
Weird.
Strange.
Yeah, weird. But yeah, anyway, the month of January saw WWE move Raw to, I know it's programming for us over in the in UK and Europe, onto Netflix. We have the month of January ratings. Obviously, you'd expect the first ever one to be high because it was the first one everybody was watching.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So the first 6 of the first, it got 6 million people watching. It's the highest Raw since the early 2000s. Apparently, one episode in the early 2000s was over 6 mil. Don't know which one. Not done my research here, lads. I'm just going off what it says here. I am sorry. On the yeah, it's lacking. 13 for the first, it got 3.7 million, so a bit of a dip, but more or less where they were in the late 2000s. 20th for the first, it was 3 mil, and then the Royal Rumble Go Home show got 2.9 mil. So it was a bit of a decline. Well, a major decline, going from 6 mil to 3 mil to 2. But it looks like it stayed around about 2.5.
It would have been obviously the big attraction. Everybody, obviously your regular wrestling fans would have tuned in anyway. But then you would have got the ones going, "Oh, look at that! I used to watch that when I was little. Should we watch it now?" And then that's the first episode done and dusted, and then it would have whittled out the novelty. I reckon Royal Rumble would have had a big pay-per-view. It'd be interesting to see how Royal Rumble and Elimination Chambers numbers marry up, because they're the first pay-per-views on there.
Yeah.
Because I did see a lot of people on my social media that I know that don't watch wrestling or used to watch wrestling but haven't done it. Don't do anything, but they were watching Royal Rumble because it was on Netflix.
So the only Raw to surpass 6 million views was June 2009, and it was Raw 1000.
Which was a good show. It was one of the better ones.
And then the This Is Your Life segment between The Rock and Mick Foley was 6.8. So them are the ones that are absolutely flying high in the ratings. But yeah, no, I agree. Everyone on that first episode logged in to see what it was still about, see if it was still the same, see if Undertaker's still on it.
Yeah, is Hogan still champion?
Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter's still there. Yeah.
You know, has he still defected to Iran, or has he come back to an American?
King Kong Bundy's still around. You know, this kind of shit. Excuse me. But yeah, apparently it stayed at around about 2.5. So it's still doing higher, but it's easy to access in it then.
Just wish they'd put more content on. It's a bit bare bones on Netflix.
That and the fact that it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, why we've got... I was going through the Elimination Chambers the other day. I was going from 2010 to 2020 to 2017. And I'm like, why is it just not in order?
I was trying to find a pay-per-view the other day. I think it was the Money in the Bank in London when I went to. And it was... I think I went from like... Mine is the one last couple of years. Then it went to like the first one, and then all the old ones, and then the London one came up, and I was like,
"It's stupid. Just have it organised."
That's it. And I'm sure when they announced that they go to Netflix, that they said that they're going to be bringing all the content that they have to the Netflix, including all these TV series that have gone on A&E. Right, well, hurry up then, because there's a lot of them I want to watch.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they bring back the Buried Treasure one. I hope that.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I want to watch, the Buried Treasure.
Well, all the stuff on A&E I want to watch.
So my mate couldn't even find all the Buried Treasure ones. So I've seen like a multitude of different seasons.
And obviously this new one, this LFG that they're advertising everywhere, we're not getting that anywhere.
No, we're not.
Which seems so weird.
It just, I know obviously it's the money factor in it, but it just makes no sense once again why cut off the network.
Yeah, it's stupid.
We would have got LFG on network. So like say it is a replacement for Tough Enough. Tough Enough was on the network.
Originally it wasn't.
Do you know?
Nope. It was on USA.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later they put all the Tough Enoughs on there. Because they didn't do any more after it. So that's why.
You've got all these A&E biography things as well that they've done, and none of them are on there. You've got the LFG, you've got the Buried Treasures, there's a few other ones.
Rivals.
Rivals are sick.
They're bringing that back and doing more.
Be on WWE Network, because I watched some of them.
Yeah, were they different ones?
I don't know.
Paul Heyman was the one that was... WWE Heels was one as well, because Paul Heyman was doing the voiceover for them. Going over the best heels in the business.
No, they're definitely rivals, because I remember them being the Eddie Guerrero, and I think it was Kurt Angle.
Yeah, they did rivals.
Yeah.
They did heels as well.
I'd use it a lot more.
Oh, I would.
More content, especially the reality side programming they're doing.
Yeah.
So much, and do you know what? It opens the eyes to thing, because people have watched Buried Treasures because they like watching shit shows like that, and they go, oh, "Fuck, I'm gonna go watch some of these now and go back and watch."
Yeah.
The Cody Rhodes one's really good.
I've seen that one.
Which one's that one? Is Dad's
Trunks.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, I've seen that one.
And then he gives him one of his books, his ledgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. Moving on to AEW. I am going to give Tony Khan some praise in a minute. However, first I've always got to give him a bit of shit. And it's not just me. He tweeted the other day about Grand Slam, AEW Grand Slam that's coming to Australia, and put, we're just 7 days out from AEW Grand Slam in Australia on pay-per-view at Brisbane. Don't miss out. AEW's first show in Australia immediately following after NBA All-Star Saturday Coast to Coast. He then deleted it and tweeted it was AEW's TV show. Grand Slam TV show, not pay-per-view. and
Yeah, I've seen that.
fans have kicked off because they have paid tickets, being told it was a pay-per-view. Not even obviously that tweet before that, seeing that it was a pay-per-view, and then it's been changed to a Collision because they couldn't sell They couldn't sell tickets. They originally changed it from one arena to another because they
It
couldn't
was supposed
sell
to be
out.
a full-on stadium show, wasn't
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
at one point.
So they moved it into a smaller stadium because they couldn't sell the tickets, and now it's been
It's
changed
now
from a
when you
pay-per-view to a
market.
TV show.
It's once again, it's
There
that
is
thing.
Buddy Matthews. Get him with the world title.
It's the same though. WWE can do it. WWE is more of a world dominant thing, but
Yeah,
if you think probably a few years back, if WWE tried to go to Australia,
they
it
did.
would have. No, I'm talking a good few years back.
20.
Like, I'm talking-
Was it 2017?
I know what you mean, John.
2017 Showdown, and then they went in 2003. They went to Australia.
The program weren't great before we fucking the new.
Oh,
group
2010.
came in. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
We were relying on like the Paul London and Kendricks, Ryan Kendricks and stuff like that. But it was
2006.
absolute pants. They would have went out there. They probably would have struggled to do a big show out there. Obviously, now's a different thing. They do it. It's knowing your audience. It's knowing where your product belongs. And
Agree,
I'm going to
yeah.
say it as a UK fan. Well, we're your biggest, one of your second biggest markets in the world for both companies. But yeah, we're the ones that shit on. I mean, Paris. In Paris. For a fucking pay-per-view.
Fucking
And then you've
Paris.
got-
Paris was good last year, though. Paris was loud last year.
Why is Paris loud? Because it's the first show they've ever got.
Yeah, so we
Pay-per-view.
don't. I mean, I agree we should get more, but like we don't know what they're going to be like for a second one.
That's
I
it.
hope it fucking
It's like the
flops.
Saudi shows. Look at the Saudi shows.
I mean, they're
I
different.
can't wait for WrestleMania in
There's more
not
reaction.
WrestleMania in Royal Rumble in Saudi next year.
There's more reaction in a house show in the UK than there is in the Saudi pay-per-view.
Yeah, they're different though, aren't they? They're like the Saudi shows are just so fucking. It's literally, you say it yourself. It's the fucking whatever his name playing GM.
Yeah, well, this is it. We've got Mania going there. Mania in fucking Saudi. It's going to be horrible.
When's Mania in there?
No, it's not Mania, it's Rumble, isn't it?
No, it's
Yeah,
Rumble.
Rumble's
I
in
said
there.
Mania.
Rumble
I said
2026.
Rumble.
They'll get
So, I
Mania.
mean-
They'll have Mania.
Yeah, they'll have Mania. Just not
They
announced
will
it
be
yet.
the first overseas Mania. And it's going to be horrendous because he's going to do GM mode and book fucking
It's gonna
Goldberg.
be. It'll be 20. Because 27, 28 have already been booked, so it'll be 29. 2029.
Yeah.
Saudi.
Oh, they'll hold out for the 2031.
Yeah, they could do 2030. Yeah.
But yeah, can't wait to see Goldberg and his cinema frame taking on Mark Calloway.
With Bubba Ray Dudley as the special guest referee.
As Mark Calloway as well, not as Undertaker.
What was Kane's gimmick when he was
Isaac Newton.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yankem.
Isaac Yankem.
Isaac Yankem.
Yeah.
Isaac Newton's a
He was
scientist.
yeah. It's because there was a question on it before on YouTube I was watching.
But yeah, it's knowing your market. And like you say, right, if Backlash from WWE went out to Australia, Rhea Ripley, biggest thing that Australia's sent in the wrestling period, they booked the show around her. AEW, Buddy Matthews, who?
Harley
Rhea
Cameron.
Ripley's boyfriend. Unfortunately, that's how he's known as. Harley Cameron.
Well, this is the praise I was bringing on that. So the couple of things that Tony Khan's got right over the couple of fucking weeks, and I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, is Harley Cameron. She's fucking entertaining. And I've watched everything she's done over the past few weeks. And originally it was the Tony Storm stuff, but I've not even watched anything to do with that this week, so I don't even know what she did this week. I watched the Collision thing when she came back and did a big thing.
She did a match this week as she dressed up as Mariah May and pretended she was Mariah May.
Oh, she did. I remember seeing that on Twitter. But the Harley Cameron stuff I'm really enjoying. I think they've done that right. However, she is just going to get fucking jobbed out to
This
Mercedes.
is it. So what if you're going to book a show out there? And I'd say it's both companies. If you're booking a show and you've got people that are from that place, and you're not booking them to win something for the reaction, for the promo videos, the pop, fucking daft. And I go back to Clash. Clash was the prime example
to give Sheamus that title.
To give Sheamus that title, Andrew.
Yeah.
It would have been. You would have had the biggest reaction. You could have put your Richter little measurement scale up, and it would have blew the roof off the Principality if both of them had won the titles.
I would have been booing me. Soz, my tribal chief.
But no one from United Kingdom and Ireland won that night. They all lost. All the homegrown title lost.
Oh, right, you mean talent-wise? Yeah, no, they did. Yeah, they did.
Because Finn was taking on Edge and Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he lost.
And then they got the heel turn of Dom, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which we've been saying for weeks before it that was going to happen on pay-per-views. It was kind of like what we're doing now with the Judgment Day being imploded. We keep saying it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
AJ touched on it last night. It is dying. It's death. Obviously, JD would have been there last night.
It's died. It's death. It's gone.
It's dying. I think it's...
Well, they changed the music. It went.
Finn's slowly pushing away on his own. A bold statement. Spoiler. I can potentially see Finn getting into the Elimination Chamber.
What, being Seth?
The cost of Seth. Yeah. Somebody costing Seth it, though. I don't think it'd be straight. Roman costing him it or something, yeah. To build on that story. And I can see Finn going into the Elimination Chamber. He's not winning it, like.
Obviously. Cena, isn't it?
Yeah, Cena's winning it. But Finn's slowly pushing away. Dom sort of... You're not even seeing Dom live much now, either. She's totally full of Raquel. It just literally take it out back and shoot Carlito on the head. I mean, shoot Judgment Day in the head. They already murdered JD on live TV.
Don't say that. Not murdered. It's all right, Ted.
I'm creating a soundboard for WrestleMania, by the way. Whenever we cut to Ted, it's just going to be, yeah, but JD's going to be champion, and that's all it's going to be.
You need to find that clip.
And then we need to find the other clip where he goes, I didn't say that though, did I? I'm sure that was in it. Was that an NXT one?
Match that there's a potential somebody running. It's going to be Bad Bunny.
It's going to be Bad Bunny. Yeah.
Bad Bunny on the Super Bowl adverts made me laugh. When he popped up, that made me chuckle.
Signed the crowd last night. They acknowledged on stream.
Oh, you did.
Bad Bunny's a better wrestler than Logan Paul, or even Bad Bunny's a better wrestler than Logan Paul.
Who said that?
It was on Raw.
Someone in the audience. Someone in the audience held up a sign.
There was a sign. It was great.
Okay. I thought we were going to be one of the fans. I thought we were maybe having to do some blocking.
Yeah, they were. They've planned Bad Bunny Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
Imagine. Well, sticking on AEW, because we'll talk about their releases now. They have released a few people. No surprises as to who's been released. Miro is officially done with the company.
I thought he was already gone.
Yeah, I did as well, to be fair. Malachi Black has been released.
We knew that was coming anyway.
And Ricky Starks has been released.
Which we've been waiting on.
So well. All three, we were waiting.
I'm intrigued, though, if they've got a 90-day no complete, though.
Yeah, or it's...
If I was them, I would have done it for Ricky and Malachi.
Yeah.
WWE are hiring Rusev back.
No. Rusev,
he'll go to TNA.
Maybe TNA, MLW or something.
I can see them getting... I can see Miro go on Rusev wherever he wants to go by into TNA.
The thing is that you're saying the TNA now, they're pretty much... I know they're not, but they're pretty much signing with WWE again. You go into TNA because it can be picked up and used at any point.
Yeah, but they're not going to pick up Miro. Let's face it.
So Miro might... To be fair, Miro's not been doing anything. He's not even doing like independence like Ricky's done.
So, with Miro, he's been asking creative several times for stories, and they've stayed silent on him. This was from Fightful from Sean Ross Sapp. Miro was discussed for potential storylines in 2024. He was healthy and ready, however the situation had been quiet for months, with no creative plans for him in the past 6 months. Many in AEW had not expected him to return. Obviously he's been absent since World's End 2023. Obviously all that shit went on with Lana, didn't it?
Yeah, but look at the character he was trying to portray. So if he's trying to put storylines like that over, it was so bad. The Redeemer, that God had sent him to sacrifice all this and that, and yeah, no, if that's what he's trying to put over, it wasn't working.
Well, Miro has been absent since World's End 2023. He was earning a 7-figure salary after signing with AEW in September 2020. His initial deal was set to expire in spring 22. However, he later signed a 4-year extension that would have kept him under contract until 2026. Miro initially requested his release in September last year, and after months of waiting, it was finally granted this week. Many fans felt he was overlooked in AEW, as he didn't achieve much during his final year with the company. Now all eyes are on whether he'll make a WWE return this year.
I don't think there's any space.
I don't think WWE.
No, WWE don't need him anymore.
And when I said a 7-figure, I wouldn't give him 7 action figures. Never mind 7 figures in money.
I mean, they've just... we'll get onto WWE releases in a minute, but they've just released people there that they could have used, so they're not going to bring Miro in to use him.
No, and this is it. And I think the other 2 that's been released, they were pretty much signed, done deal before they even got the released.
Correct.
As to Ricky Starks. I won't be shocked if we see Ricky Starks at the weekend. If he's got no compete.
He's wrestling independent shows. It's whether they've got a no compete. He will put no competes on him.
It'd be stupid not to.
Stupid if he won't. But back what we said that Ricky Starks though. Ricky Starks he's gonna have to build a new gimmick. He's gonna have to do a new gimmick.
He's in the best place for it, aren't he, with NXT?
Yeah, this is it. It's not because NXT Ethan Page is pretty much the same thing right now. The cocky, arrogant Flash sort of mouthpiece.
Right.
And then obviously got LA Knight on the main roster doing it as well. We've always said Ricky Starks and LA Knight's very close in the gimmicks. So I'll be intrigued to see what he comes in as and how he does it.
Yeah, it should be interesting. With Ricky Starks, he requested his release from AEW months ago, but Tony Khan just outright refused. Since then, Starks has been waiting for his contract to expire while taking select indie bookings to stay active. This is from Wrestle Purists. At the end of the day, things happen to where he's on the outs with AEW right now. There's a lot of things, most of it will never be reported, but ultimately there's a falling out, and it is what it is. He's asked for his release, Tony won't give it him, and he's just going to wait out the rest of his deal. However, since then it's been reported that he's been removed off the roster and the internal roster, and he could be on his way to NXT.
Tony would have been pissed that he was caught on camera with Cody.
Yeah,
that's what it'll be. Because Tony's still playing iBook GM mode. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see. Obviously, we're all thinking that the storyline with Chad Gable going off and learning dark arts and luchadors is going to be Malachi. I'm going to laugh my balls off when it's Chavo Guerrero.
Imagine. Well, on Malachi, moving on to him, if you visit the AEW's roster official page, Malachi Black's name is missing from the section, as fans have now convinced his time with AEW has come to an end. It was previously reported that Malachi fought against AEW extending his contract by adding extra time for injuries, as he'd already missed a lot of time due to them. However, they either reached a deal or were close to one, which would have allowed him to become a free agent very soon. It is also noted that Malachi Black has been absent from AEW since the Full Gear pay-per-view in November, and reports indicate that he has become a free agent. According to PW Torch, WWE has already mentioned Malachi in creative meetings this month, and this suggests that the company is planning for his return, with Triple H in charge. Many believe Black could finally get this big opportunity he didn't receive during his first WWE run. Therefore, we'll have to see if Black will find success upon his WWE comeback. I think you don't put him on... If you bring him back, you don't put him on SmackDown, you put him on Raw.
Yeah, but that's where she is.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'd just move him over to Raw, because if you have him on SmackDown, he ain't getting anywhere near that world title.
No, I agree with you, but they've just moved her across to SmackDown.
I know.
So,
it's the wrong thing.
But then if he's going to SmackDown, that takes him away from that storyline of the Dark Arts.
Yeah. Or could I just have him doing a crossover, like?
Yeah. Or being,
to be fair, you could have it.
We had a crossover.
I don't understand why they've gone, the White Six, a Raw or SmackDown. The White Six should be a fucking...
I was saying this when they debuted. When they debuted, I said they should be all over all 3 shows.
Yeah.
They should be. Because that's what they should be. They should not be held down by one show. That's not what the Wyatts are.
That's how they'll work. That's how they'll be the most successful, by having them as a group that no one can actually nail down to a show.
Yeah. They're actually like, they're watching the whole of WWE from above, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, with AEW releases comes people returning. And you're going to be liking this one, Ted. According to PW Insider Mike Johnson, Keith Lee, who has been absent for a long time and hasn't attended any events, was backstage at Dynamite last week.
Yes, he was.
Keith Lee has been on the shelf since last March on December 23 at AEW's Collision's Holiday Bash, where he defeated Brian Cage in a singles competition. Fans have been waiting for updates on his return, but reports suggest he has not yet been medically cleared. I don't ever think he will.
Nah, neither do I. I think this heart issue that he's had is...
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends what that is. It's just holding back. Well,
like, even mine's just a minor defect, and I'm not supposed to lift weights, like, do any sort of, like, sports or anything like that. So, if he's got anything similar to a minor defect like mine, is... they're not going to clear him for anything.
We all talk about Mount Rushmores of wrestling altogether. Tony Khan's changed his Mount Rushmore. Who do you think is on Tony Khan's Mount Rushmore of wrestling? Triple H, Malachi Black, Miro, Penta,
Vince McMahon,
Cody Rhodes, Vince McMahon,
yeah. Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo, Jim
Triple
Cornette.
H. Oh, Jim Cornette. Well, you'd all be wrong. Sting is on there, of course.
I see
Sting.
Changed somebody for Sting recently.
I don't know what his original one was. Ric Flair, Bret Hart, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Boys, I've got it. ETC is Tony Khan. That's
well, that would actually make sense, because Sting has been replaced. Sting came in replace of Ricky Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat was there and Sting's took over.
And who's his favourite wrestler?
Randy Savage.
Yeah. Tony Khan's been in our lives.
But surely Randy Savage will be on the Mount Rushmore, would he not?
No, but that was his cover-up. It's not Stone Cold, it is Savage. So we did clock on quick.
See, if it was all Japan wrestlers, would probably be Asian Nightmare, Ted.
So all 3 of them, 3 out of 4 of them, he's used.
Yeah, he's using his company. Yeah. Mental, that, isn't it? Weird. Right, let's talk about releases. Oh, we've got a pay-per-view. Oh, it's an NXT pay-per-view that's just been announced. Okay. Roadblock. In between WrestleMania. In between Stand and Deliver and Vengeance Day. Let's talk about releases. WWE have...
Another one.
Another one. Roadblock has just been announced. It'll probably be a TV episode one.
Yeah, it will be.
Right, releases. WWE, if you're in the Discord, if you're not, get yourself into the Discord. You always hear...
Link in the description below.
Yeah, you always hear news before anyone else because I drop it in there. WWE have released several talent, and they always WWE gets murdered when they do it. However, I can't bar two. I can understand why or three. Sorry, I can understand why they've let certain people go. So we'll start off with the first one that's on my list, Giovanni Vinci. Giovanni Vinci was ready to be. Did debut on SmackDown with a new gimmick, posh boy. And then he lost his first match back to Apollo Crews within 5 minutes, if that, 3 minutes it was.
Even that.
And then the week after had another match against Apollo, lost again to Apollo, and then wasn't seen.
Yeah.
He got kicked out of Imperium for reasons we're guessing we believe what we read on the dirt sheets, and after Royal Rumble we shouldn't. He was in love with Tiff, and Kaiser was unhappy with him, so they took him out of Imperium, but then put him on the brand where Tiff is. Makes sense if you believe dirt sheets. But he got kicked out of Imperium for that reason apparently, and he just never made it on his own. He's not exactly Kaiser, is he?
So what are WWE going to do now? Like, how are they going to do the vacant person? Like,
Vacant's always there, mate. Vacant's always there.
Yeah, but vacant is Vinci. Like,
no, vacant is vacant.
Oh, right,
Vacant's been around a lot longer than Vinci's ever been.
Yeah.
But the picture that they use is definitely Vinci.
That's the same picture they've used for years, mate.
I still think vacant is Vinci.
It's Gilbert. Carry on. Vacant is Gilbert.
Fair enough.
Gilbert.
Vinci. Upset? Bothered?
Don't care. Don't care.
Alright, I'd say.
Last fight, to be honest.
Yeah, it's one that...
Once he came out of Imperium, he came...
But he was always the one in Imperium. I know NXT was different. NXT, like, him and Kaiser, I can't remember the name. Eichner and Fabian Eichner and... Oh, what was he called in NXT?
He was Fabian, wasn't he? I can't remember.
Fabian Eichner and the other one. In NXT, they were great. They were a fantastic tag team. Then got brought up with Gunther, and he was always the one that was getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Every group needs that ass kicked, and unfortunately for him and Imperium, it was him. You could always see they felt more on Kaiser than they did Vinci.
Yeah.
Cedric Alexandra, been released, 8 years with the company, former WWE Raw Tag Team Champion, or World Tag Team, or whichever one it is it's turned into, Cruiserweight Champion, part of the Hurt Business in lockdown, and then did nothing. Tag team recently with Ashante the Adonis on NXT, and it's just been
Did
released.
they win their match as well?
Yes.
That sounds odd. Like that.
It gets weirder, this, mate. These releases get weirder as they go on. So Cedric, bothered?
So, since 205 dissolved, he's just been hanging around. I know you'd heard business and stuff like that, but he's just been hanging around. I thought he would have went on one of the last ones.
Yeah,
absolutely. But it's written in the star. We know where he's going because there's a Hurt Syndicate now that he's a fourth member.
No way. Then they could give the titles to them two and have Lashley actually do something with on his own. Giving titles to WWE, guys, for God's sake. Elektra Lopez has been released.
She was literally on TV on Friday.
So this is what I was about to say. So this is the weirdest one out of them all, because she literally has been on TV week in, week out as the manager of Legado del Fantasma. She got brought up from NXT with him. Well, originally she weren't with them, but she got brought up as a singles competitor, then got put with him in NXT, so then she came with NXT with them. I don't understand why she's been released. Apparently something's gone on. She weren't happy with something.
I was going to say, I wonder if this is one of the ones where she's wanting to be a competitor and they're like, no, we see you as a manager. And
yeah, sort of potentially. Like Samantha.
I want to go then. All right, you can go.
Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon that's what's happened. She's probably looked at B-Fab and gone, well, she was a manager and now she's wrestling. Can I not do that? And to be fair, she's better than B-Fab. She's actually wrestled in NXT. Sonya Deville, part of Ted's favourite faction, Pure Fusion Collective.
Yes, that's
She came through tough enough.
Probably what Sonya and Zoe Stark are still called. That's a tag team.
Shayna and Zoe. Came through tough enough. Originally, she got brought through tag team with Mandy Rose, tag team with Chelsea Green, got injured, and then she was the leader. Yeah, she was. She's been the leader of Pure Fusion Collective. She was in that big feud with Mandy Rose, Otis, and Dolph Ziggler in Lockdown. Well, we were all Otis.
Yeah.
We were all Otis wanting him to get with Mandy.
Get his girl.
Yeah. We were all Otis, weren't we?
I think this is one of them ones where they've slept on someone too long and then they've just gone, yeah, no, can't do anything with you.
Well, her contract came to an end. They weren't going. So this is the only one where her contract came to an end. Yeah. They've not released her in contract. She's out of contract. So that's why they've said we're not going to renew.
Yeah, so it might be one of them ones like we're not going anywhere. We've not got anything creatively for you other than this group every now and then. Like, do you want to resign? No. All right. Well, mutual consent. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't think she'll stick in wrestling.
I don't. But then it's now getting the other two back over, isn't it? Because as a threesome, you could have worked something in there, but
yeah,
we're back to now how we booking Zoe Stark and Sonya.
Shayna Baszler when they should be fucking front and center because they're both great. Akam, Razor, Paul Ellering. Now, originally, I was very shocked with this, and I was like, well, how can you release these again? Just come back from obviously a feud with the White Six with the Final Testament with Karrion Kross and Scarlett. We have now learned that the reason they got released was because of financial issues outside of WWE that they had. Now, Ted, obviously, before we came on, Ted mentioned it was to do with some wrestling company that they were starting or they were doing. Ted?
Yeah. So it was World
5 Star or something, wasn't it?
No, I've actually found the name of it. World Entertainment Wrestling or something like that. Give me 2 seconds, I'll grab it back up. I had it in front of me.
In other words, they didn't pay.
So they lied a lot.
Or they put so much money into it, didn't they? I'm guessing.
Yeah. So they lied about who was going to be on the show to start with. They were advertising like Nia Jax was going to be there, and then Nia Jax had to come out and say, "Look, like I'm off this show." They say, "You're still advertising me like a week out." Then the event actually didn't go ahead, and I've got a feeling that no one
got paid.
Like no one got paid off the back of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, the weird thing about this is that this was back in like 2022. So WWE have sat on this. So the first opening card was supposed to have Braun Strowman versus Alistair Overeem. It was supposed to have Nia Jax versus Lana. They were supposed to have AOP versus Wesley Blake and Steve Macklin, who would have been in the Forgotten Sons.
They just left their WWE, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They got released in that batch.
Then they advertised Karrion Kross versus Bronson Reed versus Kalisto. They had Chelsea Green. They advertised Chelsea Green, Deonna Purrazzo versus Steel Dashwood and Madison Rayne. And then Mojo Rawley versus Lindsay Dorado. And then Mike Bennett versus Biff Buswick, which is Oney Lorcan. And Dango versus No Way Jose.
Oney Lorcan back in WWE, by the way. As a trainer.
Yeah, I saw that. So it's very good. But yeah, this was it actually was local to me that this was supposed to be happening. It was all supposed to be in Nottingham at the Motorpoint Arena. And it just never materialised.
Yeah, it was. Now I remember. I remember it now, because I was like, that sounds sick. And I never really got going with tickets. Went, no, right, okay, now I remember. Yeah, so it's stuff to do with outside financial issues is the reason they got released.
World Wrestling Entertainment Series was the company name.
like Ted said, WWE's re-signed him. And it's just as it dawned on me when he said the year. They've re-signed him knowing this issue's going on.
Well, they re-signed him. Yeah, they re-signed him in 2023, in the summer of 2023. Didn't use him.
Yeah.
Oh no, summer 2022. Sorry, yeah, it was summer 2022. They re-signed him. Didn't use him for a full year. I'm guessing that's the reason why they said they got it all sorted and it was no issues going forward. So then they used them on TV, and then it's always just come to light that there is still issues, and under the new regime, they've gone, yeah, we're not dealing with that. See in a bit. I'm guessing that's what's happened, because a company like WWE, if you've got that going on over you, I'm guessing they'll just chuck you out sooner.
Well, if you look,
or they don't rehire you.
So, if you look at this, so say they financially screwed people over from this event. So you've got Braun Strowman who's on the roster. You've got Nia Jax that's on the roster. You've got Karrion Kross. You've got Bronson. You've got Chelsea Green's on the here. Those two aren't. Everyone else is not anymore. But you would have thought that would have cropped up. Before.
Potentially, but they could have just paid. We're just thinking it's just the talent. It could be so much more. It could be more. So they paid the talent off that are in WWE and gone, we'll pay you lot have been paid. That we sorted with all yous here. And you are forgetting when they re-signed, Chelsea Green weren't there. Nia Jax had been released. Braun Strowman, them people that were there originally, when they got re-signed in 2022, they weren't there.
Oh shit, yeah, because Braun were doing the thingy with EC3, weren't he?
Yeah. So oh yeah, shit. Do you remember that shit? So that's probably why. But then again, you do your due diligence and say, right, have you got everything sorted? You know, you're not in any kind of no, okay, right. Well, we need proof kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But they could have paid the talent off that are in WWE, and then it's everything else. It's the Motor Point Arena. It's everything. You know what I mean? We don't know what it actually is.
Yeah, but you spin it on the head. Jacob Fatu had booked appearances for charity and took payments, and obviously all that came out, and WWE sorted it out for him.
Yeah, I reckon it's a little bit cheaper doing what Jacob Fatu has done than doing than probably like $1 million or whatever it is.
I'm not saying that there is that, but if that's the reason for letting him go because they've had a few financial difficulties outside of here that have not sorted out, there's other people that there'll be other people that's had this sort of stuff come up, where they've made promises to pay places and been paid, because a lot of wrestlers weren't paid in advance because in case this happens, and they're not showing up. All right, Jacob Fatu's it, but it's the fact of the matter that they've re-signed these guys after all this has gone on, left them off TV for a year. Like you said, you would do your due diligence. You'd be like, right, is that all sorted before we put you on TV?
We are forgetting as well. It was Triple H. It was Vince McMahon's company, and then TKO come in and looked at it. It's a whole new regime and the new ownership, and they've done their due diligence. And they're in shit then, and it could come back and bite us. We don't know. We don't know. I agree though. You do your due diligence before you sign them all. If it's Vince, and it probably was because it was around about that time, like. It's understandable why he didn't fucking look into it properly because of his issues he was trying to hide. But Blair Davenport. This is what annoys. There's one thing I will say about Triple H. You know me, I'm a Triple H guy. But what annoys me is when he brings people up onto the main roster. Carmelo Hayes is a perfect example, and Blair Davenport. You bring them up to the main roster. They've been a hit on NXT. Pretty Deadly, I know you don't like it, but Pretty Deadly, they're kind of the same thing. They're only just now getting into a storyline. But Pretty Deadly are kind of the same thing. They were a hit in NXT. They were great in NXT. They never put on a bad match. Carmelo, Blair Davenport especially, she just won the Iron Survivor Challenge the year before. And went on to face Lyra Valkyria for the title, I think, in 2024. At Vengeance Day. And you bring her up. You do a few vignettes. She gets beat by Naomi on her first match. She then gets beat again by Naomi. And then again by Naomi. And then again by Meacham. Then she's off TV. She comes back for a few weeks with Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Don't get me started on Indy Hartwell. And then you keep her off TV and then she gets released. Why have you brought this person up if you've got nothing for her? You just made 2 mid-card titles for the women.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not... Blair Davenport versus Chelsea Green. Chelsea's over with the crowd. Blair is full-on heel. Why have you not just tried to mix it in or tried to do something with it? It just doesn't make sense for me. Carmelo's the same. Carmelo's just sitting there doing naff all. Carmelo's fantastic.
I have thought this about Carmelo. Obviously, I didn't watch him in NXT, but obviously I hear what you guys say to me. And then when I've been watching SmackDown recently, I've been sort of looking at Carmelo going, why aren't they doing anything with him? Why are they not doing anything with this guy? They were so popular in NXT. I would say obviously you guys correct me here. Was he not the biggest star over him and Braun Breaker?
No, Braun was always the bigger one. Braun was always the bigger one because of his.
Braun started off like Braun come in and beat fucking Tommaso.
Straight away. Braun was because of his dad and his uncle was always the bigger one.
It almost feels to me now, and I don't watch NXT. It almost feels to me that with Carmelo, they're waiting to bring Trick. It feels like they're waiting for Trick.
It's exactly what I said on NXT on Tuesday. It's what they've been waiting for.
So whether they have the Trick and him storyline continue on there, or they reunite them, because obviously we forget that these things happen.
Wow, yeah.
And I don't watch NXT, and I know that they were together. They've had beef. They've had a match, split up, and Carmelo's come up, and Trick's done his own job down in NXT.
Yeah.
Trick's done very well.
Trick.
So this is it. It literally feels like they're waiting for Trick to come up to do something with Carmelo.
Yeah.
To see if that works. And they're probably going to put him back as a tag team in SmackDown.
Either that, or they put the title on Trick. The US title on Trick. Well, Carmelo's been there longer, and Carmelo's brought in more. Like, nothing against Trick, and Trick's over with the crowd. And I fucking hate Booker T when he does it, and Ted when he does it. But he's so over with the crowd, it's unreal.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But when he gets up to the main roster, if he's still getting that reaction, he will get that US title within a matter of months. Regardless who's got it, he will get that title, and then he'll feud with Carmelo. Carmelo will never win. Trick will keep all that title till someone takes it.
I'm intrigued if they continue on with the chant, whoop that Trick.
Yeah, I reckon they will do for the first month, and that'll die off.
Because Trick has another meaning in certain states in America.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Yeah, you mentioned it when we.
I mention it all the time. So I'll be intrigued to see if that goes on primetime TV. Well, primetime.
But Blair, like.
But so for me with Blair Davenport, obviously we know as Bree Priestley as well before she signed there. The Blair Davenport signing was a bit of a strange one for me.
Why?
She was in AEW for a little while.
So it's really weird, like, because I just do as Mrs. Ospreay. That's how I.
Of course you did.
But all jokes aside, this is what I thought is the reason, because at the point when they signed Blair Davenport, she was just released from AEW, but she was still with Will Ospreay at the time. And in my head, I'm going, right, they're going to try and get Brie in, a B in, change it, whatever, so she can go, Will, it's fucking amazing here, come and sign for them. And then they broke up, and they've sort of gone. So they've done something with her in NXT, and then brought up to the main roster and done nothing with her. Now I've seen her wrestle; she's actually a really good women's wrestler.
Great. She was in NXT UK before NXT.
Yeah,
she was fantastic in NXT UK. Then obviously COVID shut down NXT UK.
She was one of the survivors of NXT UK.
She won the Iron Survivor Challenge. She was always in the facing for the title, and she got brought up and they done fuck all with her. It's one of the things that it irks me with Triple H with these call-ups.
This is you said it when you went through matches before. The return of Naomi. That was Naomi's first opponent when she returned back. So they're going to put Naomi back over because she's returning. She's re-signed. They're going to put her over.
That's what I'm saying, though. Why have you done that? Why have you not? Why have you not waited?
Naomi didn't need a rub.
No, she didn't. It was just weird, very strange.
And like you say, we've got these mid-card titles now. Let's be honest, right? We're looking at Ivy Nile, Lyra Valkyrie.
It's a dead
That's
match. No offense.
the IC one, and we're probably going to have Ivy Nile win. And then in the US, I know you've got like Meacham and B-Fab and stuff like that, but after they're done, who slotted in there?
Oh shit! No, it wasn't. She got brought back at the Royal Rumble. Naomi. Her first match back was Alba Fire.
Was it?
Oh, B Priestley. Not B Priestley. See, I got me calling her B Priestley now. Well, that's what she's going to be called. Let's face it. Blair Davenport faced her. Was it on her first night? No, it wasn't. She faced Tiff. She faced Tiff as her first match.
Was it?
Yeah. So and then, but she beat Tiff. And then one's gone on to become the women's champ now, and the other one's been released.
It goes back to that thing though. Is obviously NXT's women's division right now is probably the best women's division in wrestling.
Yeah, stacked.
And the main roster on WWE, you've got your top one. I'm using the top one because Rhea's the cream of the crop right now. She is the top. You've got Tiff sitting in there that is Tiff's now at the point of, if she beats Charlotte at Mania, if that's where it's going, she takes it to the next level and becomes the top star. Or if Charlotte beats her, obviously Charlotte slaps in wherever anyway. Charlotte beats her, it's Charlotte Rhea at the top. And then you've got to convincingly find someone to beat them to. Again, and we're looking back at the same characters then. We're looking at the Livs, the Beckys, the Biancas. They're not giving the likes of Candice LeRae or Blair Davenport or Isla Dawn,
Meacham
a chance at these guys and putting the titles around the waist. They're in that circle. They're doing the same with the men's, though, if you think about it. Till now, Jay is breaking the mold on Gunther. But Cody, it's John Cena, or Roman, or it's going to be Seth. It's going to be, it's the same circle. And this is what I like about, use Jay as an example, they're giving someone else a chance at it now.
Well, this is what I said about the World Heavyweight title. When the World Heavyweight title got brought in, we know the main title is always going to be, like you just said, Roman, Seth, Cody, Punk, potentially now. Like, it's going to be Drew. It's going to be the same people. The World Heavyweight title, if you think about it, since it's come in, we've had Finn, we've had Nakamura, we've had Damian Priest, Gunther, Jay, Dom Mysterio.
It got put around Seth's waist to give it prestige.
Yeah.
He
Sammy
for long enough to give it some sort of prestige, and we've had competitors. I can see that title around. That's going to be the title that's going to go around the stars that get themselves over.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be the undisputed world heavyweight title that's going to cycle through the usual suspects, your Codys.
Yeah, the
Kevins,
Romans, Seths, stuff like that.
The Romans, the Seths, the Punks.
Kevin's, come on now. We wish.
Yeah, we're not getting that. Kevin for the speed title.
Surprising.
But that's it. But and then the women's is going to be the same with Becky. If and when Becky returns, it's Becky, Charlotte, Bianca. Probably Jade might squeeze in there because they're going to want to package Jade as a champion.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we've got another Kyrian Cross on our hands.
You leave Kyrian alone.
Yeah, you.
Not my minnow back.
Yeah, you have. It's 1-1. No, I agree. And do you know what? It's the mid card titles are supposed to be. You put them on that. You put them on the people that's ready. Just not quite there to make the step up, but it's there to make that person. So let's look at who the mid-card women's titles are on now. Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah.
Tell me what she's done since she's won it. Bar Bailey's match.
That's it. I didn't
Fuck all.
Defend it. I said that
Chelsea Green.
She actually defended his title.
Chelsea Green's defended it 3 times against Meacham. She's been on TV weekly with Piper Niven. Chelsea Green is consistently on TV with that title. And if you told me before last night, I would have forgot Lyra Valkyria held that title. But I know who holds the women's US because it's Chelsea. She's there week in, week out.
someone said, and they put it in the terms of back in like the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, the Alliance Era. IC champion is Big Papa Pump, right? But you're going to tell Big Papa Pump you're not going to wrestle for a few weeks, but you're going to sit front row and watch people wrestle.
Yeah.
Big Papa Pump's going to go, oh, I'm not.
Isn't it?
I mean, but live,
the kick-off?
go, yeah, of course, yeah. Honestly, the best thing you could do for the US title is you have Piper turn on Chelsea, and you work that's a storyline.
Yeah.
That gives that prominence. Lyra drops the title. As much as
do you know I would drop it to? Roxanne.
Or
I'd drop it to Roxanne.
Building somebody up, Kairi Sane when she comes back.
Yeah, someone that needs it. I mean, Lyra needs it. Let's face it, Lyra needs it. But however, you want someone on it that's going to be on TV week in week out. No doubt. Roxanne is. Kairi's there. Io's there. Asuka when she gets back is going to be there.
But then this is it. When you drop it to someone like Kairi, Roxanne would be perfect for it because she's a fresh face for the new the main roster. But you drop it to Kairi and you start to introduce Asuka and Io. Then you get into that circle where we're now bringing in what would be the title competitors.
No, potentially, because I mean, Io and Asuka are better than the Intercontinental title. They're for me. We know Asuka. Asuka and Io are world championship material. We know that. Asuka's held it several times.
Asuka's the only believable person I can see toppling Mami and believe in it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, same.
I agree. And maybe if used right and packaged properly, Raquel as well.
Yes.
However, she's just a bodyguard at the moment. She's China 2.0.
She's Diesel.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah, that's Diesel. That's better. She's Jesus. She's Jesus.
Don't bring a criminal into my podcast.
Yeah. We don't talk about.
He stabbed the man and got away with it.
Well, we didn't. We don't know who did it. It could have been Carlito. He doesn't know whether he did, but he could have done. He doesn't know.
You were a bit blurry.
It was Snitsky.
Back to these titles, though. How long until we start seeing around the usual suspect waste because they're not getting TV time? So Triple H,
yeah, I agree.
Goes right. We'll give it Liv because we've got nothing for Liv, so we'll put this around her waist for a while.
So for me,
then we drop.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
So for me, the US title. With a lot of respect, the IC Championship has been treated with nothing but disrespect from the get-go. The final was supposed to be on the first episode of Raw, and it got moved. And so for me, that showcases how much you give a shit about that title. If you're happy to move it from your big pay-per-view, if you're wanting to make a big splash, and you move that that's the match you choose to move.
I do think the US title would have been moved as well if it was on there. Anything.
The thing is that, and I've said to you about this person before, and obviously we don't know if it's true or not, but internally, I've read online, I'm led to believe that Bianca Belair has been moved to mid-card talent internally.
Apparently, yeah. There's no actual news article on it. It's just what's going around at the moment.
Yeah. So, is that an internal thing to put her in the mid-card for her to pick that title up and do the Seth Rollins rub on it?
If it's true, then yeah, but I can't see it being true. It's Bianca Belair.
True, no, but is that where they go with her and Jade? They give that title a rub. Ending up being around Jade's waist.
When I've seen Naomi put in the main event status in the internal roster apparently, and Bianca put down into mid, I don't believe it whatsoever at all.
No.
But
hypothetically speaking,
what you just said though would make sense. Give it the Seth Rollins rub.
Chelsea Green's doing great work with the US title.
Yeah, she is.
Doing great work. The IC title is
dead in the water.
It's what? So if you want to get it up and running, you create a feud, you put it around the waist of one of the people in the feud. They're back and forth on it. Bianca and Jade is perfect for it.
Yeah. Agreed.
Then we lose the mid-card aspect to it then.
Yeah, I agree. The other one, Isla Dawn.
Which I'm sad about.
There is more than Isla Dawn.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, yes. No, yeah. I was coming on to them separate, though. That's a whole different thing that I'm pissed off about with them. Isla Dawn. TV absolutely every week up until a certain point when they just didn't use Alba Fire and Isla Dawn at all. Twice won the tag titles last year. Once in Scotland. Oh no, once they won it in Scotland and lost it to Bianca and Jade again.
With them once they won it.
Yeah, that's the whole point though. They won them, but because it wasn't Jade and apparently they weren't meant to win it. From what I was reading, I remember reading back then, they weren't meant to win it. There was something that happened, and it got changed last second. I'm guessing they didn't want to give the title to Drew.
Yeah.
And keep it on Priest because Priest and Gunther would have been the better option. I don't know. I'm just taking guesses. Excuse me. Alba Fire stayed. I'm guessing they're going to change her back to Kaylee Ray and use her actual name that she used for so many years. They always got changed because of Vince. Now Vince ain't there.
I want to see Kaylee Ray do bits. I wouldn't be against Kaylee if she comes back. Is moving her back down to NXT to go and play with the NXT people because that'd be a great spot for her.
But then we're looking at the US title. The US title. Could she not get slot in there with Chelsea?
Yeah.
I prefer an NXT.
Yeah, but she's done it.
Because then you're putting her in NXT, but she's going to lock up with Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, Zarya, Jada Parker.
I suppose these are matches that
Kalani Jordan.
See that I could get on the main roster at a later date.
Yeah. Because listen, the reason apparently the reason these releases have happened is because NXT call-ups are going to happen after WrestleMania, and a few other signings that are coming in. Malachi, Ricky Starks, them kind of things, Ray Phoenix, them kind of things. So they need to make room for people. But then again, you've released people that you could use, that could become stars, you're just not giving them the opportunity to. You've moved SmackDown to 3 hours. It's a slogfest. SmackDown is a slogfest. Especially with the commentary team, but that's a different matter.
Back in a few minutes. You two just carry on.
Yeah. So, like, it's so hard and difficult at the moment to discuss women in that way when they're not being used. It's stupid. Isla Dawn should not have been released.
No, well, I said to you, I thought that were a lie.
Well, as soon as you sent it, I was in work, so I didn't see it. And as soon as I finished, I went on the website I always use, and it was apparently she's been released. And then within literally 10 minutes of me getting home, it said that she'd been released.
It's mad that.
So, which is weird. There's two more that we want to discuss. One of yeah. Sorry, mate.
So one of them for me is I'm hoping that they now do a running NJ.
Well, we're going to get into that and wait till John gets back for them.
Because I've got some. Can we save? Right, just actually while we've got. Can we have a little break here? Because I just need to sort a couple of things out. If you've seen me on my phone, the woman that runs doing my holiday has decided now is a great time to start pinging me for trips and stuff to pay. So I'm just trying to book a few things while I'm on my phone. So are we all right while he's taking a break? Am I all right just to have a couple of minutes?
Yeah, go for it.
I also want to link the Good Brothers.
I was going on to somebody else before the Good Brothers.
All right, okay, we'll do that. Let's say who we're going to talk about.
Duke Hudson.
Oh, Duke, yeah. So
Duke Hudson Duke Hudson got released before the Royal Rumble. We already kind of touched on it last week when we spoke about it, so it's not really something we need to go in depth with. But Duke Hudson got released. He was obviously with Chase U. We spoke about it a lot last week. Triple H was the one that decided to let him go because they didn't see a main event star in him. They didn't see a main roster person in him. We just spoke about Duke Hudson. Briefly because he was released before the Royal Rumble. So now that leaves the last one we wanted to leave for you, so we can discuss it with you. So the last one that we're going to talk about is the Good Brothers. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson have once again been released by WWE. Now, I don't understand why. 2 reasons. One, tag division shit on Raw, so they could do with them, and in NXT. But also, Kyle Anderson is still injured for another 6-7 months.
I didn't think they released when they were injured anymore.
Yeah. So you've just released a superstar that is injured that can't make any money on TV with any other company.
It's injured for your entire 90 days. No compete.
Why? When you need tag teams, because Raw's lacking. SmackDown's SmackDown's okay, but Raw's lacking tag teams.
So,
and in 6 months you could have used them.
He's not even 6 months back. He's saying he's going to be back fit in next 3 months.
I read it was 6 to 7.
Still,
3 months. But it's still a long time with no money.
Yeah, he's got they've all got families, I suppose. But it's but yeah, I think by the looks of things today, spoilers for anyone with New Japan. The New Japan show, New Beginnings today. Unfortunately, John, the Young Bucks lost to Naito and Hiromu, so that means that they're now done. It felt like they were saying the Young Bucks were saying on the way out, saying we're going to be back, but it more felt the way on commentary they were speaking that it's not going to be anytime soon. Yeah. So that
they needed back at home. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got a feeling that they're now going to be Kenny's boys when the Bucks turn up with Okada, and I think this is the start of the inevitable Kenny versus Okada feud that we're gonna get, because Tony can't wait. He's got to get it out there.
The Good Brothers annoy me when they go to WWE because they are probably one of the best tag teams out there, and WWE just don't know how to book them.
And it's really easy to book them.
So, you couldn't do anything with them, AJ. It just never got over. The club just never got over the way it should have done, apart from that run against John Cena. But they were a comedic group then. Them two, anyway. AJ was serious. They should have went to NXT and worked with Finn Balor in NXT. They never did. Judgment Day. If you wanted to make a group with Finn Balor in it, you don't put him in Judgment Day. Align him with 2 guys he's worked with before. Create a new group with Finn Balor and the Good Brothers. I just don't get how they can't book these two. All the tag teams they've got at the moment, all right, you've got DIY, you've got Motor City Machine Guns and War Raiders.
Profits have been off TV for a while. Profits,
and as much as I hate them, and I'm not a fan of them, but pretty deadly.
Yes, boys.
So probably,
and Tango and Tonga when Tonga's back.
Yeah, but then you've got an opening, and then you've got quality matches to build there, because Tama Tonga and Tamaloa against the Good Brothers, there's history. There's history there to be built upon. You could do something with your aligning them with whoever you're aligning them to with, it's Jacob or Solo. You could work AJ with the Good Brothers. It's a storyline.
Well, it's the fucking Bullet Club. That's all you got. They seem happy to fucking mention stuff like that nowadays.
Yeah, but
so
I think that's the hindrance.
It.
On hindsight, I think that's the hindrance with them though as well, because everybody wants a Bullet Club reunion in some shape or form with AJ, Finn, and the Good Brothers. And then you start doing that, you get Cody's an ex-member, and that's all you're going to start getting as well. A group with Cody and the Good Brothers, AJ, Finn.
You make it a mess that way. You're opening a can of worms that really it'd be great, but then is it like getting the NWO and you want Finn in there, you want Cody in there?
It's
just merch selling. Yeah.
That's it. That's a merch selling group.
Yeah.
Because you've got 3, Byron Anderson and Gallows, you've got 3 main event players there.
Don't forget Meacham.
Oh, Meacham. But yeah, you've got 3 main event players there. So who's the one that's going for the world title?
Yeah.
It's got to be Cody. But what about AJ?
What about Finn?
So they said. So then who's going for the mid card? Because they'll only be on one brand because WWE doesn't split them across brands. So who's going for the mid card? Who's doing nothing?
Yep.
Who's the Carlito of the group?
Who's the JD McDonough?
Yeah.
No, poor JD.
And unfortunately, even if you tried to build a group like that, we've got it already. It's called Judgment Day.
Yep.
And yeah, you're absolutely right. Once you start entering in the entity of the Bullet Club in the WWE, ready for NWO 2.0? Well, it'll be technically 3.0, won't it? Because we did 2.0.
Oh, Shawn Michaels were
You also had
fucking
and then you had also the fucking Nexus where everyone joined it in the end.
and the core.
That's it.
No, Core always stayed with 4 members. No one else joined it.
Fair.
No one joined the Core. I liked the Core. That's why I would defend it. Really liked it. No, I agree. You get to a point when you're doing it, and then you go, right, okay, well, we've added about 9 people in. Do we add more in? It's merch selling. Or do we go and get them from New Japan that were in it? Do we go and try and tap up AEW? And then you've got your complaints that WWE are trying to get all the talent. Then you got your complaints again.
But then you think about how many times has this been done. So you start with NWO. It's where it started. It's where it originated. Where groups get added on. Then fast forward a few years, we get Aces and Eights.
I forgot about Aces and Eights, yeah.
Aces and Eights were great.
Main Event Mafia.
Main Event Mafia, Aces and Eights. So then, don't get me wrong, these were great groups, but it's recycling pretty much old stuff. And once it's still going, you're just putting people in it because they can. Then you come forward, AEW done it, got fucking Jericho groups. That's all I'm going to say with AEW's. Anything that Jericho starts making a new group, everybody's in it.
Fucking JLS.
The fucking learning tree.
Sorry.
I was going to say JLS were in AEW. No way.
It was fucking great, mate. You missed that pay-per-view where they did all the hits.
I think I'd be alright with that, to be fair. I think that's something I'd absolutely kick Tony Khan for, to be quite honest with you.
But yeah, AEW've got fucking more. Well, they're not anymore, but they had more factions than they had single wrestlers.
Yeah, they did.
And
them trios titles were actually decent to use. Now it's just pointless.
But then you go into WWE, you've got Judgment Day. Judgment Day have been the latest group where they've just gone, fuck, nothing for him. Join Judgment Day. JD. Carlito's back. Right, it's not working with LWO.
What did we do with Carlito?
Put him in LWO. It didn't work. Shit. Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Right, Liv's feuding with Rhea. Judgment Day. Raquel's come back. We need work for Raquel. She was with Rhea Liv at one point. Judgment Day.
Yeah, it's like give Judgment Day the shit.
Yeah, and then that's all it would be if we create a Bullet Club. Cody, AJ, Finn, Good Brothers,
Carlito,
Tamatanga and Tangaloa.
Yeah,
right. You've got you join them because you've got history with them all.
Solo,
you might as well join them because you've got the there. Drew, you were teased about joining Bullet Club at one point. You joined them.
It's just you're opening a can of worms you don't need. You do what John said. You stick him with Finn, and you just run with it. Yeah.
He should have been with Finn in NXT when Finn was the prince of NXT. Yeah. Give Finn the heel turn in NXT with them, so you work the gimmick there. You bring them up together. You keep them together, and that's how it's done. I just had something in my head. I'm just going to before you said that. What was it now? Gone. It's fucking gone.
It's gone.
I did read Carl Anderson was 3 to 6. That's what I saw. So it was 3 to 6 months he's out. One person, another potential that could come into WWE, the reason for the release is Josh Alexandra. He's got 1 match left with TNA. And then he's done. He's a free agent. AEW, WWE, where's he going?
I would like him to go to I'd like to see him in WWE more than AEW. I'd like to see him go and do some stuff with Ethan.
That's it, though. That's the issue with someone like Josh Alexander. You've just nailed it on the head. As an avid wrestling viewer, I want him to go and do stuff with Ethan again. He might want.
But you've got more than that.
I'm not saying it's not a problem. I'm being
no. I know.
the devil advocate here.
And then I'll be on the other side, and I'll go, well, okay, forget Ethan. You've got Obafemi, Tony D'Angelo, potentially going to come up, but you've still got Tony D'Angelo. Charlie Dempsey. You can have a great wrestling match with Charlie Dempsey.
We're pinning on him going NXT. This is what I'm saying. It's what he creatively does now. Does he want to go NXT?
I mean, obviously, yeah, it depends on that. But if you're looking at it as a whole, he hasn't been exposed to the WWE audience as much as Joe Hendry was, and he wasn't on NXT. No, but it's a little bit different because Penta was on a stage of AEW, and he's on a weekly TV show where it's on cable and satellite. TNA wasn't at one point. It was literally on the internet. And if you don't have TNA Plus, you couldn't watch it. And Joe Hendry got exposed in NXT with WWE, as did Jordana Grace. And Jordana Grace was she in AEW at one point? Right at the start of her career. I remember reading, she said on Chris Van Vliet, she was in AEW right at the start of her career. Cody brought her in for the first ever All In, was it? Or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, that may have been existed.
And then she got an offer from AEW. Yeah, she said she got an offer from AEW and TNA. She went with TNA. She banked on herself to go to TNA. So they've been exposed into NXT. So the audience already knows them. So that's why they'll do well when they get brought up. Josh Alexander hasn't been on WWE TV, not on NXT. He's only been in TNA. So that's why I reckon he'll go to NXT for a good couple of months. Like even Page.
This is where it cycles me around back to when I said about the partnership.
Personally, I'd like to see him go to AEW. Just like
I'm not fussed either way, but this is me just playing once again devil's advocate here. I'm not fussed where he goes. I want to see him on TV. That's my answer for Alexander. But if NXT didn't exist, he'd be on the main brand, and we would have to learn who this is. And I think sometimes, and this is obviously my opinion, it comes across a little bit disrespectful for people that have established themselves in another company from the come in and go, because we've got to remember, ultimately, NXT is a developmental brand. Ultimately is.
Yeah.
But you've established. Don't get me wrong. There's times where they've gone, yeah, I want to go there. Adam Cole's a prime example. I want to go there, and that's fine. But when you've got someone who's established himself in a wrestling world to the avid viewers, for them to turn around and go, no, we need you in NXT first. You've got to go NXT first for a few months. So Jordana Grace looks like she's penned in for NXT first for a short run.
Which I don't think she needs.
She doesn't need.
I've not seen her being penned in anywhere.
I've seen that. I've seen it. I can't remember where I've seen it. It looks like she's penned in for a very short run in NXT at first. For me, she's already established. She doesn't need to go NXT. She's already known by the WWE universe, as they like to call them. 2 Rumbles. Plus her appearance already in NXT.
We are saying about NXT and AEW, he could stay in TNA. He has said that if he gets given that world title, he'll re-sign with the company no matter what the price is.
And I think this is one of the big issues, not overall with wrestling fans, is we automatically think when someone contract comes to an end, that's in.
We said it about Nick Nemeth.
MLW.
Yeah, we did.
We were straight up going, they're either going WWE or they're going to AEW.
I said when Nick Nemeth left, he'll go to TNA, and everyone was like, well, he's going to AEW.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you go to TNA.
Everyone said he was going to AEW. But yeah, we all forget there is other companies out there. There is people out there. Prime example, and we use them as an example. This every time we discuss free agents. His name is Matt Cardona. You don't need to be on TV to be over and to make money in wrestling no more.
I think Matt Cardona's a little bit different, only because, and it just lay me out before anyone lays into me, I think it's a little bit different because Matt Cardona was on WWE TV and he was absolutely beaten down to he's literally no one. Whereas these people are finishing up with companies like TNA and they have been their main champions and they've shown that they can do what they can do, and that's why our wrestling fans go, oh, they'll go AEW, they'll go WWE.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona was different because he was literally on fucking main event week in, week out.
I think though it's also proven from, obviously you've got the Cardonas that were a WWE superstar have gone out. Cody Rhodes, another prime example, gone out and made it. But you've got people who are now in big companies that have shown you can do it first on an independent to get yourself up more.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying it like Matt Cardona's a little bit different.
Yeah, Cardona's different, but you can use the Young Bucks as an example of that. You can be stars without a big company behind you as well. It can go that way. Where is he going? Like I said, I just want to be on TV because somebody when I have watched his work, I've enjoyed. I just find it difficult to watch TNA because I'm not paying for TNA's money, and the website I use winds me up because I have to play it, watch it, close the page, find part 2 if it works.
Yeah.
It winds me up, so I don't watch as much TNA as I want to. Said this last night to somebody on the stream. I think it was Callum. He asked me, do I like it? I like TNA. It's just hard to watch because I can't find a good stream of it, and I'm not paying their money. I'm the same with Ethan. I know Ethan went to AEW, and I wanted Ethan, and Ethan deserved to go to WWE. He more time. These people, I just want them on TV. I couldn't give a shit where to go, as long as they're getting TV recognition.
That's all I care about.
Yeah, same. I also think it all depends on what company though. Like, you look at it and you know if you're WWE star and you've been released by a WWE, 9 times out of 10, depending on who you are, you're going to get signed by AEW and then you're fine. Like, Baron Corbin has left WWE. He's already said he's not signed. If AEW comes in, then he'll think about it. But right at this moment in time, he wanted to do the independents because he's never done it before, and he wanted to be one of those wrestlers to say, "I've done New Japan, I've done the independents. Like, I know what my worth is." Because he wants to do New Japan. He said he wants to do New Japan.
He was backstage at AEW the other week.
Cool. Yeah, he's been backstage at TNA as well. Like he's going everywhere. Like, but he wants to do independence and he wants to do New Japan first. And he said if New Japan then leads to AEW, then it leads to AEW. But at this very moment in time, he's happy doing what he's doing in independence. But like, Baron Corbin wasn't beaten down to the ground where he was nothing. He was still high regarded in WWE. It was just Triple H, obviously, and Nick Khan, whoever it was, thought they had nothing for him. So it's better off releasing him than keeping him against his will in catering. So
I like, in the current state of wrestling now, that wrestlers have a choice.
Yeah,
it's great.
I like that. So if you think back to the 90s and the early noughties, your choice was you either wrestled for WWF or you wrestled for WCW. The independent circuit existed, but no one wanted to wrestle in a gym back then. Now it's become a thing of, and there's 2 people that, well, there's 3 now, but 2 people that's shown that you can do it, and they're now 2 of the biggest stars in wrestling right now. That show you can leave a big company, go out, do your own thing. So when you're willing to put the work in, you can be a megastar and come back and be the top guys. And that's Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
Matt's doing it now. Cardona's doing it now. But them 2 led the way.
Cardona's done it. It's not he's doing it. He's done it.
Cardona's doing it. Cardona's shown that it's easy to do as well.
Yeah, he's done it. He has literally done it. He could retire and be happy.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre both left WWE. Son of a fucking Hall of Famer and the chosen one that never got taken off. Both put the work in. Both shown it. You can go work for other companies. Both worked for TNA. Cody did AEW. He created his own company to put himself on TV. gone on to be megastars, come back to WWE, and two of the top guys in WWE. You don't have to be at the big companies, and that's what I like about it. I'd like more independent shows in England, especially around the Manchester area, please, with decent names in it. But I like that they have the opportunity to pick where they want to go now. It's not down to, if I want to be a wrestler, I need to be there or there.
Yeah. Same. It's different.
Look at Riddle, MLW. I know Riddle's Riddle, but
I was going to say
he's gone though. He's doing independent work. He's on TV. He's a champion. GCW. There's so many companies that you can go for now and work and do multiple places. Wherever he turns up, he'll be good.
Yeah, I think he'll be signed with TNA, mate.
I reckon he will be, especially with this new deal. He doesn't need to go to NXT. He can stay on TNA and work NXT.
And also, Jordana Grace has took a pay cut to go to WWE.
Which is mad.
Yeah, she took a pay cut to go to WWE.
I wonder how long until we see Jonathan Gresham now.
Yeah.
Is it her partner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon we could. I thought he'd go when he left AEW.
He's in if he's signed up, he's in NXT.
No doubt about it.
He's in an NXT run.
Yeah. No doubt about it. And Trish Stratus is on a comeback. Last thing we'll quickly talk about. She's going to make more appearances on the road to WrestleMania. Now, we all, I just remembered this, and my WrestleMania card should have fucking done this. The Bellas are also apparently going to be at WrestleMania in some shape or form, along with Trish and Lita. The tag match that everyone has been fucking asking for.
Tag team card match.
Apparently, the Bellas and Trish and Lita are going to be apparently to do with WrestleMania somewhere.
So my card's locked in. I can't change it. No one can change them cards now. We've done the recording.
No, we've done recording.
I'm changing it.
I'm not staying for another half an hour.
No. I'm saying the WrestleMania prediction card. People are going to see.
Yeah.
Shortly, we're going to see. That's locked in. It can't be changed. But here's how that women's tag team match is going to play out. Now I know this information. Nia and Candice LeRae's winning the tag team titles at some point soon.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Nia, Candice LeRae, the Bella Twins, Trish and Lita.
Damage control.
Damage.
Because you're going to have to throw that EO in it.
Yeah,
because it's EO.
Potentially. Oh, who was my other group?
Chance and Carter.
We have a quick look at my notes. Who was my other... Who did I put in that match?
You had, didn't you have Bianca and Jade?
Bianca and Naomi. It's right at the top of the note, so... And then maybe Liv and Raquel.
Liv and Raquel. I reckon Liv lives in with Alexa.
That's how that's going.
Yeah. But yeah. That's an hour and 40 minutes. Well, probably about an hour and a half of us chatting bollocks. Well done for staying that long, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'd just need a pee break at the start, and then I'm fine for the duration.
Yeah. I will tell you what I had to go and do in the middle. That's my business.
Yeah.
I'll tell you two in a minute, but I'm not telling the people at home.
No.
That's
pay for our premium content on OnlyFans.
Yeah. You want to know where John disappeared to?
In description below on how you can donate. Get me that Roman Reigns shirt. I want a Roman Reigns signed shirt.
I will.
Please donate.
I will do first person view. He's one. Let's see where I went.
Wow. He was cooking something.
Oh, I. It was brewing all right.
Yeah.
But yeah. Guys, as always, so you know how we do this shtick now. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate every one of you coming in and leaving your comments and stuff. Obviously, tell us your views and everything we discussed today in the comments below. And as you can see, we are everywhere. The rest of the fellas everywhere now. YouTube, TikTok, X, Instagram. Obviously, in the link below, you've got our Discord. As Matt said before, he's pretty snappy with the news, Matt. So if you are looking for your updates in there, get in our Discord. Matt gets in there before WWE even releases it. That's how good he is.
Always there. I'm literally
Romano
refreshing
of
news
wrestling.
websites every 5 seconds.
Here we go.
Yeah. But yeah, so get in the Discord and join us there and get enjoying the conversation. Obviously, we are live. This is going out tonight, so we will be live again on Friday for Matt's SmackDown. A return of Matt on SmackDown.
Yeah.
It might be a bit of a tasty one because there's 3 big sweaty men wrestling, and Matt likes his men sweaty and big.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Plus, my queen will be on it.
I'm winding him up. I'm genuinely looking forward to that match. This is
Ain't winding me up. I fucking love it.
This is me sharing my excitement of that match. I'm excited for Raw next week as well. But yeah, so we've got Matt on Friday. Then the boys will return on Saturday.
In Punk there next week.
You what?
In Punk there next week. Is that why you're looking forward to Raw?
No, there's the matches that got confirmed last night.
Punk.
Seth, Finn, AJ, Dom.
It's going to be a good show next week.
It's going to be a good show next week.
CM Punk.
Yeah, so
Best in the
we've got
world.
Matt on TikTok on Friday, and then the fellas will return on Saturday night for Vengeance NXT, which will be across. Are we doing it across both?
Yeah, I always do.
Yeah, NXT will be on YouTube as well as TikTok. And then Monday Night Raw, we will return back, whether it's myself, because I did promise double duty, or if Ted wants to steal one. That's fine. But yeah, we will be back for Monday Night Raw.
It'll be you, mate. I've got a full 12-hour shift that day. So I'll be dead. Safe on that day.
Time when you should be doing live streams. But yeah, you're lucky I called it. So yeah, you'll have me again on Monday then. I promise I won't... Well, I'm not making any promises that I won't end it abruptly like I did last night. And it was in. I apologise for ending abruptly. As you
it's alright. Ted did it the week before as well, so don't worry about that.
No, but you know what? I held out as long as I could last night. I held out as long as I could, and I thought the match was over. The only thing I missed on stream was New Day attacking Ray, so I didn't really miss anything.
Which was weird that they finished with that, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he cut off mid-attack as well. Like.
Yeah. But yeah, so we were back on Monday night for me. Like I said, I'm looking forward to that. Some decent matches. I'm hoping it's more entertaining Raw. But until next time, guys, keep an eye out for the WrestleMania card episode, which is coming out later this week. But yeah, until next time.
Yeet.
Yeet. No yeet.